Hello, BTS lovers. In the midst of this strict routine of conscription, what could make a Jimin from BTS look so emotional? What about Jungkook, who has always been known as a true friend and eternal spirit, responding to this situation? The arrival of representatives from HYBE, who became their biggest management, to the 5th division where Jungkook and Jimin were serving state duty, has sparked various rumors among fans and the media. However, what happened that day turned out to be much more heartfelt and full of surprises. The day began as usual in the 5th division. The young soldiers, including Jungkook and Jimin, carried out their military activities with discipline. However, the mood changed drastically when word spread that official vehicles from HYBE entered the military area. The soldiers began to whisper, while the BTS fans outside the gate, who were always loyal to waiting, were no less excited. Who was in that car? What does HYBE want to discuss with their two biggest stars? According to internal sources, HYBE came to discuss Jimin and Jungkook's future plans after they completed their mandatory military service. Rumors circulated that Jimin would be called in specifically on the upcoming holiday to complete an important mission with his management. However, to date, there is no official statement from HYBE confirming this. When this news reached Jimin's ears, he reportedly couldn't hide his emotions. As one of the members of BTS who always fights hard in every task, Jimin feels this burden is quite heavy. Other speculations suggest that these discussions may have a major impact on the direction of his future career. He looked pensive in the corner of the room that night, said one fellow soldier who did not want to be named. But Jungkook was always by her side, patting her on the shoulder and giving words of encouragement. Jungkook, who is known to be very close to Jimin, appears to be mature and empathetic. "We will get through this together," Jungkook told Jimin, according to the source. The incident attracted even more attention when the car from HYBE finally arrived. From the car, a figure in black got off and went straight to Jimin. The cameras of enthusiasts shooting from a distance could not clearly capture the face of this figure. However, the moment when Jimin hugged the person was successfully captured. Who is this figure? Some fans speculated that she might be one of the members of HYBE's creative team tasked with discussing upcoming projects. However, another, more emotional theory is circulating on social media. Some say that the figure is a close friend of Jimin from the past, or even a family member who came to give him moral support. After hugging with the mysterious figure, Jimin then turned around and hugged Jungkook. This scene touched many hearts. The moment is like a symbol of the unshakable friendship between the two youngest members of BTS, even in the midst of a stressful situation. Despite facing an emotional situation, Jimin is still known as one of the most accomplished soldiers in the 5th division. He often earned praise from commanders for his dedication in the line of duty, both in physical and mental training. This also made him an inspiration to other fellow soldiers. "Jimin is a man who always sets an example," said one of the soldiers. "He not only trains hard, but also always helps us who are struggling." Jungkook, on the other hand, has always been a staunch supporter. He often motivates Jimin to keep going, especially in difficult times like this. In fact, many say that Jungkook's presence is one of the reasons why Jimin can face his mandatory military service more strongly. Discussions with HYBE that day left many question marks. Will Jim do his job? What about Jungkook, who seems to prefer to stay on the military path until his term is over? Fans around the world are looking forward to clarity from their management. But one thing is certain. This moment has shown how close the friendship between BTS members is, especially Jimin and Jungkook. In the midst of challenges and pressures, they still support each other, providing inspiration not only to fellow soldiers, but also to millions of fans around the world. This story is far from over. We can all only hope that no matter what happens, Jimin and Jungkook will still stand together, as they have always done so far after the emotional moment of the holiday. The atmosphere in the 5th division calmed down again. However, in the hearts of soldiers and fans, big questions remain hanging. What exactly is the mission touted to be carried out by Jimin? Is it related to a music project, or maybe something bigger? And how does it affect his friendship with Jungkook, who has never been separated from his side? Amid the speculation, other rumors began to develop. Some sources claim that HYBE was preparing something big for these two members after their conscription was complete. Reportedly, the discussion that day included a comeback plan involving Jimin and Jungkook in a duo format. This idea, although unconfirmed, is already making armies around the world full of anticipation. Beyond speculation about their future, one thing that cannot be ignored is Jimin and Jungkook's contributions during their conscription period. Both not only carry out their duties with discipline, but also manage to become inspirational figures for their colleagues. "Jimin is someone who always cares," said one of the military commanders. "He not only does his job, but also gives a boost to the rest." Jungkook also has an aura of extraordinary leadership, although he often chooses to support from behind. Many soldiers felt that Jimin and Jungkook's presence in the 5th Division was a gift in itself, not only because of their status as international stars, but also because of their humble attitude and hard work. Jungkook, who has always been known as a cheerful and spontaneous figure, seems to have begun to show a more mature side during his military service. On various occasions, he seems to reflect more and think about the steps ahead. "I want to remain someone that family, friends, and the army can be proud of," he said in an informal conversation with fellow soldiers. "But for now, my main focus is to complete this task at its best." However, when asked about his future, Jungkook only smiled faintly. Many suspect that he is preparing for something big, be it in the world of music or other projects. For Jimin, the emotional burden he felt seemed greater than it seemed on the surface. The mysterious figure in black that appeared that day might be a symbol of the great challenge he was facing. Who was he, and what was whispered to him that Jimin seemed so touched? "Jimin has a big heart," said a fellow soldier. "He felt everything deeply, be it happiness or sadness. But that's also what makes him an amazing person." Many believe that whatever decision Jimin makes after meeting with HYBE, it will be a big step in his career. However, for the fans, the most important thing is the happiness and mental health of Jimin, who has already given everything for many years. Although rumors continue to circulate, HYBE has not yet given an official statement regarding the future of Jimin and Jungkook. This, of course, triggers greater curiosity among fans. Will they return as a duo? Is this part of BTS' big plan to reunite after all the members have completed their military service? Or is there another surprise being prepared by HYBE? These questions may not be answered anytime soon. However, for ARMY, moments like this are part of the emotional journey they went through with BTS. Amid all the speculation and uncertainty, one thing remains clear. The friendship between Jimin and Jungkook is one of the strongest foundations of the BTS story. In even difficult times, they are always there for each other, providing unconditional support and showing that human relationships are much more important than just popularity or achievements. Right now, the ARMY can only wait patiently while continuing to support their two idols from afar. Because as they always say, BTS is not just a music group. They are a family, and that is something that will never change. And when that time comes, when all the answers are revealed and their big plans begin to come true, the world will witness yet another miracle from Jimin, Jungkook, and BTS. Until then, we can all only hope for the best for them.